Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at bird effigies. These are bird-shaped rocks that are birds in many different directions. This one's a very interesting one because it's got birds all over it, several different types, as you can see. I'll go ahead and point them out with you right now. These are good for exercise to learn how to see this old Paleolithic or archaic style of art. If you look closely into the paintings that are still on this piece of sandstone, you'll be able to see some of the carvings for the eyes on these small little bird heads. And then you'll be able to notice also wings and different details of these coming out. You see how eyes flip around to become eyes and beaks become crests, where a beak was pointy in one section and there's a crest on the top. You can now make that beak pointy and the crest kind of flat on top there. Do different things with it. Turn it into different types of birds. As you can see, the way the back is done for the wings. It's a really neat one. I really like the color and the texture of it. And it fits very good in the hand. Most of these effigies I find do fit in the left hand a certain way. And the Smithsonian Institute does tell us to check the fit of the hand. On the right hand side is probably a duck head. You can see the recessed beak here. Not really making that duck head out very well though. But I mean, hey, they put so many birds on one stone. Can we really be that picky, right? Let's look at a few more. You guys might find these all over. These are the heart-shaped bird stones. You find them, sometimes people call them turtle box scrapers. But a lot of times if they're heart-shaped like this, they're what is referred to as like a bird stone. These are artifacts. They're just not recognized. You can see the way that this one is shaped here. How it has this diamond for the head. On this bird, if you kind of take this section out, you can see how the head is right there. You see how it's cut, or they use the natural inclusion of the stone rather. They would carve to that spot. They had a crafty way of creating things with stone. They were masters of stone. You think about how they hunted, and everything that they did was either made of wood or stone. So this could be the tail too. I may be interpreting it incorrectly, because I think sometimes it is the head and sometimes it is the tail. But it's the way these are. They're interpretive, for sure. But there are some baseline things that we can make out of it, such as the birdmen. The men with all the bird hats on, where the bird hat covers almost the whole face. Sometimes it's just the top of the face. That was just a piece of painted petroglyph or a piece of painted stone there. What do you call paint on a stone? It's not a petroglyph, right? Petroglyphs are like what you find in the desert on a mountain, I think. So you have these round-headed ducks. This is a bird head in several different ways, also a cardinal head, just like the rest of them. These things are really neat, the way that you can kind of use your imagination, I guess, to a point, but I keep on flipping this around. Where is it at for the duck head? I guess he's like this. No. Lots of different ones. This is the one up for this side. He still has a clay pack for his eye, so it's the cardinal head with his beak like this, like a Woody Woodpecker. I always used to say, you'll not find one that looks like Woody Woodpecker, and then let me find one. So you can see how, again, with the recessed beak here, and I'll show you something really funny with this one here too. You can keep it focused. Here we go. I can get a little closer. So with this one, kind of hold him like this here, and you see how his beak is like incredibly long, right? You can take that beak and make it a normal size, and it even becomes recessed. And you can see how it's just like maybe a parrot now. And that's the way these 3D statues work with these layers like this. They're meant to be tilted and brought to different levels so that you can see the images within. I hope you guys are seeing this little bird. And yes, I am covering up some of the stone with my hand to make a bird out of it. But that is the nature of the art. You do that sometimes. It's the way it works. So, hope you guys are having a good one. Let's look at maybe a very old birdstone. I'm not sure if this is patina or if this is some kind of coating. It is pretty hard though. It could be just a cement type of coating. But it is a birdstone. I believe it's like this, sure, with the wing and the beak. It's not a very, very defined one, but it still is one. You guys might not be able to recognize it. I don't blame you if you can't. Because I can barely. I can also see the petroglyphs and different carvings and paint and stuff on it too, but you won't be able to see that right away probably. It takes a while it took me a while to be able to see all like the little carvings and things on it for sure. This is a really neat bird here. Sorry, I got distracted by the face. But a lot of times you'll just have this heart shape or duck shaped bird, and that's what we have here. I'll go ahead and show you a few different versions here. Here's a really nice crystal one. This one has little birds all over it. It has a small little bird on the top here, just right there. Has another one for the left-hand side here, so you see the opposing bird heads. And it's got so many on it that it's really hard to interpret, but we'll go ahead and look at this full bird on this side. There's one here. You can see how the little beak is poked out there. Maybe has that little, they get that stuff sometimes, the little nostrils there. Try to move this out of our way here. So you can hold this like this. You can see how the head is rounded there, and as we tilt it, different ones will come out. On the back side, it is also a full bird. So you can see how the two wings are out here, and let's see where that beak comes out at. There it is. Maybe, yeah, I think that's it. So the beak and the white eye, of course, and then the two wings and the tail, just printed on the end. Even has the little wisps around his eye. So really neat, very neat stuff. You never know what you're going to find in these, so it's always worth giving it a look. We have a few more to look at real quick, just some bigger ones here. These are some large, again with that same 3D beak that we were talking about. You can poke out the beak to make the bird come out there. This again is that heart-shaped, it's representing the heart-shaped whole bird, chicken with the tail, maybe a sign of fertility. And this is a very nice portrait of a human, a couple different ways. Big headdresses and carvings for eyes, and you only get a small little ripple or indentation for lips, but there's several different images on this because you can see all the little ripples, like a saw blade. Big old headdress on him. This is a very beautiful piece. Actually, this white here may be for an eye or just for like paint over the top of an eye. I'm not exactly sure what that white section is for, but it's pretty neat. Okay, sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. Let's see if I showed you guys all the birds. This is another little duck head, this direction, and this direction too, I'm sure. And then again, he is just the bird like this as well, the whole bird. So you can see how there's carving for eye there, carving for eye there, the wing for the whole bird. Flipping it over, you can see how it is a larger duck head. This may be the eye that you're seeing for that. See how the beak has got a little different color to it. It's white, where the rest of the head is yellow. All these little details matter in this. It's amazing. You have a bird on the left-hand side, probably the right side too, but let's just say the left side here. And of course his carving for his eye. Little bird effigies. Beautiful, right? I hope you guys find some. Share them with me. If you do, you can send them to my email, facesinthestone@gmail.com. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.